Salutations Internet, this is Frosty the Dragon. No time to waste, let's get into terminal velocity. Well, after I put in my call sign and the like. 2704 AD. Earth heads a council called the Alliance of Spacefaring Alien Races, or ASFAR. A treaty has been signed to ensure peaceful conduct between species. Perimeter defense computers, PDCs, have been provided by Earth to protect each system. Peace has reigned for 70 years. On September 2nd, 2704, armadas from all the other member systems descended on the Earth, destroying crucial installations and killing millions of people. You are an Earth pilot flying the TV-202, a fighter few can handle. You must take out the attacking alien forces at any cost, and find out what's behind it all, before the Earth falls to the onslaught. So yeah, crazy machines. Again. Why do people keep going with this plot thread? Ymir, Barnard star, 5.97 light-years from Earth. Named for the world-starting ice giant of Norse mythology, Ymir is a harsh, forbidding planet. Barnard scientists were working on a super-cooled laser system called the Gunnar, named after the Norse king. It is a full order of magnitude more powerful than anything in existence. Target the Ymir power plants and sensor arrays, then find the ice tunnel to the Gunnar underground test site. With the power plants destroyed, you should be able to survive long enough to destroy it. The Barnard PDCs seem to be controlling all Ymir ships. Not to worry you, but it seems as if the defense computers are turning on us. If you're religious, start praying. Now. Sorry. So, what will we face on Ymir? The Snow Scouts. Slow but lethal. Debatable, every ship in this game seems to be pretty fast, all things considered, especially like this Ymir Ice Rider. The comm arrays, they're one of our main objectives. The power stations are a major objective of ours too. Storage bunkers, you see them on every planet, and the departure unit. I could read verbatim off of those things, but those are really dull descriptions for the most part. So I'm only going to be reading that opening spiel and the actual planet report. So let's begin. Not exactly standard controls. You've got up, down, left, right. You've got forward, like high throttle, low throttle, roll. You have afterburners, which you use, I believe I set mine to alt. But yeah, they make you go faster, about triple speed. You start with an assault cannon, a plasma assault cannon to be specific, and you get a rapid targeting laser, like what you just see right now. Frankly, I mean, both of them are infinite ammo weapons, but as you can see, you're going to see you can power them up later with the right power-ups. I'll go over other weapons as they come up. And think about terminal velocity. They give you a set order of missions, and unlike later things like Hellbender, you can't just pick and choose whatever you want. But there are ways to sequence break this that are I may accidentally trigger, may not trigger. I have not plumbed all the depths of this game, and frankly, I don't see a need to after doing a 2-hour consecutive play. Which I'm going to go over the reason for that when we reach the Moon Dagger. Which I don't feel bad spoiling the names ahead of time because all of the planet names are in the manual for once. As you can see here, skip the tunnel a bit for... I have not memorized every storage bunker. However, this is an all tunnels run, so you will be seeing every tunnel at least once. And I got a fun trick to go over with tunnels later. So, tunnels. One thing peeves me about this. You miss a power-up in here, you ain't getting it on that tunnel run. Some places you have enough space to turn around in the tunnel, but the game straight up will not let you. And you get tunnels, various lighting, the circle doors, which are just annoying, and you can crash into things and not instantly die. But there's a glitch that I tend to discover in the 6th planet that makes dying from them much more likely. So we doubled up the plasma cannon with the power up there. You notice in that tunnel, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, the fact that I picked up an ion cannon and I don't use it. Frankly speaking, the ion cannon in this game sucks bollocks. It's a limited ammo weapon. Fires. As you hold it down, the 5 pellets go in a plus shape. My problem is the spread is way too damn wide. And I mean way wide. You're going to see it sometime in the first planet. Because I give it more attention than it deserves early on. But I'll go over that next mission. For now, departing from the first part of Mir. One thing about the departure cutscenes. When you actually go through, you'll see it more in later episodes, but the enemies will follow you. Okay, so second phase. It's really not going to be that stellar starting out. I do make it a point to conserve the laser as much as possible. I also conserve the plasma cannon as much as I can too, which is part of my reason for not playing on terminal difficulty, as I've discussed in a previous video. So, this level has your first optional tunnel. And trust me, this is a tunnel you want to take, if you want to make the rest of the game bearable. Want to know why? Well, here's why. Afterburners out the wazoo. 6 here, which gives you enough afterburner fuel that you can just go willy-nilly and turbo through this thing. And then later on in the tunnel, which goes on way longer than it needs to, if we want to be honest with ourselves. Come on. Come on, we've seen enough tunnel. Enough power cores to get you to full, and 3 more afterburner power-ups. Those 2 things you see on the map there are just tanks, nothing to worry about. But here's a neat trick. Well, not a neat trick yet. We got more bunkers. So, you're not going to see anything less than quad laser whenever I bring out the laser for the rest of the game. So, there you have it. Come on. Maps are too darn big for their purpose. Fury... I'm gonna... Oh, wow. The MAMs. Manually aimed missiles, I should say. Dumbfires. I think they call them sledgehammers in Hellbender. But, yeah. A single manually aimed missile is about as powerful as a quad laser blast. Unfortunately, they're slow as molasses. So you're not going to see the manually aimed missiles as much as you should. And I'm pretty much just going around the bunkers and... Come on! Let's get to the point where I'm at a tunnel already. Yeah, you see how that tunnel icon's on the map? You caught a glimpse of it. And you're going to get a better glimpse of it pretty soon. The tunnel, that is. Neat trick! You can re-enter tunnels in this game. Abusable for Afterburner like this, but you don't need to see me traverse the whole tunnel again. I will go through... I went through it a 3rd time. 3 tunnels. So, you should have enough Afterburner to survive the rest of the game. Part of me should have just used the Maniac's cheat, but people would call me out for cheating in a heartbeat. So, I'm proving that getting that much Afterburner this early is not cheating, according to the game's rules. Oh, yes. I know some of you are going to be bugged by the fact that there's, the fact that I hit tab and pulled out the map. A full-on, more specifically, the radar map that shows you everything up front like this. I mapped out coordinates for the tunnels and nothing else beforehand. But the thing is, reading sector codes gets painful fast. And plus, I did not map out every single bunker, so there's a lot of things that I could stand to benefit that I could stand to benefit from by using this method, rather than leaving the radar up in the upper right corner. I'm going to have this on for almost the entire game, so, frankly, deal with it. Anyways, cleanup for stage 2 is happening. More ion cannon. And a radar dish that you don't need to take out for whatever reason. And it is time to depart. Okay, there was an enemy chasing, so I want to... So does it trigger now? Does it trigger now? I did not memorize where it triggered now. Where it triggered. Yeah, they chase you, like I said. Hilarious. So every third stage, basically the last stage in every planet, there's a boss fight. You're gonna see me cheese a lot of the boss fights. There's no way around this. Or at least cheese them the best I can. Because with 2 exceptions, the bosses all follow the same basic thing. They're stationary, you have to hit them in a certain spot. And that's really about all there is to them. Although there's a little bit of prep in this case. Most of the planets don't have this much prep before a boss. Like, I can go into the tunnel right now, but I don't believe the boss will trigger. I did not test everything. So it's a distinct possibility. Once you destroy all of these, though, you're expected to go into the tunnel. So I noticed another thing on a lot of these. Yeah, there's your ion cannon. What I noticed in a lot of these is that on the third levels, they'll give you a laser for free most of the time. Actually, it's probably closer to half, slightly above half. I'm guessing it's to not have you unarmed, because if you get shot down, you lose every power-up you get when you retry the mission. Yeah. They didn't believe in complete restarts in those days. Anyway, boss time. Bosses tend to be protected by shield generators, which are those little things that I'm shooting first. I don't exactly always get the number of missiles right, so... There you go. As far as how I'm firing fast... You hear that clicking? You can button mash in this game. And that's how I fire lasers faster than the norm. So, boss completed in the blink of an eye, you had to shoot its head. And now it's just time to make our way out of here. These tunnels drag on way longer than they need to, though. Me not going through them at max speed doesn't help matters. In easy mode, you're better off just afterburning through the whole thing. You'll get there about as fast, with half the hassle, but double the hull damage, because you will literally be scraping along the tunnel constantly. There's a really annoying sound when you scrape across the tunnel. And as you can see, this game did not have the, what do they call it? The oscillator, whatever it is that tells you the current orientation of your ship. So you kind of have to just kind of guess with it in some ways. Anyways, the game expects you to leave right after going through one of those tunnels, but the way the tunnel system works in this game, as far as 100% goes, you have to hit every tunnel entrance. So I aligned carefully, wrote down the sector of the tunnel that I needed, and just boosted my way there. I'm gonna catch up with you people when we get to the next tunnel, which should not be long after I cut the footage here. Okay, so we're back at the first of those tunnels. So what happens if you enter a boss room after beating the boss? Just retells you boss destroyed. Funny that. So yeah, all the tunnels with this boss are pretty distinctly different. Mapping them out like this is probably more useful to a speedrunner. Which, speedrun at terminal velocity, wow. I can imagine the sheer number of flips and turns and the like in trying to get an optimized path. No, I won't be doing one. As you're gonna see later, this game kind of lost its luster for me after doing this, recording this LP. So, third tunnel. I just decided to cut right to the chase. And there really isn't much to talk about with these tunnels. I think they copped the exact same one, in fact. A lot of these tunnels are going to seem alike when you've been through them enough times. So maybe there's a difference besides power-up placement. Oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun with later levels. I don't know if Terminal Reality was trying to get on some bandwagon that Descent started or anything. But you're gonna see a lot of rush jobs. But that's the end of Ymir. This is Frosty, signing out.